Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka Hey You Get Off My Lawn, aka Kris, you're being creepy again. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain conversions, and just about everything under the sun. If you're a first time viewer, we do a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, be warned. Of course, if you want to keep the conversation painting related, feel free to ask your questions whichever direction the chat might be in for you. And of course, if you're not watching this live, you're watching this after the fact, you can always submit your questions to Kris at wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below. Also, you can use the hashtag WayOfTheBrush if you're on the Instagram side of things. You don't feel like, writing an email, but you do want to have my eyeballs make an appearance. Make my eyeballs appearance? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Use the hashtag WayTheBrush. Instagram. You can use it on Twitter too, I suppose. Anywhere where they're using hashtags, I suppose. Anywhere where the kids are hanging out with hashtags. Hashtag #. Also in the description below is a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness has the links to all the social medias as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there 24/7, so feel free to join us and chime in or just lurk, whatever. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. But it's a lot of fun. We have some fun. Sometimes. Once in a while. In a blue moon. Also, at wayofthebrush.com, you'll find links for t-shirts. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see t-shirts down below as well in the window. Want to look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at wayofthebrush.com. And of course, you'll find a link for Patreon. Huge thank you to all my patrons. Without your support and continued support, this channel just would not be able to endure and continue to do what it is that I do. And so a huge thank you to all my patrons and all future patrons. Huge thank you. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and blah, 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 and all, just, when you see the video, just smash keyboard. See vid, smash keyboard. There we go. That's all you have to do, is just start mushing buttons. Just mush all the buttons. Mush. Not mash. Mush. Like when the dogs, they're mush, mush. A big thank you to Carl, aka Guy Mural, for Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out if you love yourself some beer and you love yourself some Blood Bowl. Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingles that play before the email segments of the show. And so always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro, outro music that plays at the begin and end of the show. And so always much love to my baby bro Evan. And if you're into rare comics, check it out. EB Comics. Link in the description. Rare comics. I'm talking rare. Like the kind where, like Indiana Jones, and he's trying to steal that statue, and he's got the bag of dirt. Well, you're like that. You're looking for that rare comic. Evan has that temple, EB Comics, and you're like, oh, I gotta get it, and I got this bag of dirt. Can I steal it? Don't steal it. Actually, that was a terrible analogy. Actually, don't do it. For God's sakes, don't do it. Who's joining us? I can see Evan Belleau. Sup, everybody? Disco. Hey, Lord Krabby. Sups. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Greetings, monkeys. It sounds like the first words you say out of, like, when the spaceship lands and the ramp comes down and you see this big silver form and he's, greetings, monkeys. First time catching the show in my second year uni accommodation. Cool. Awesome. Hopefully you're already back to school already. Jeez. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun and when you're not. It's all relative. Kim. Hello, guys. How's it going? For me, it's going pretty well. Hopefully for you, it's going very well. And for everybody else, I hope they're doing well as well. Well as well? Is that how you would say that? I hope you're all doing as well well as well. Well. Disco, Saturday morning, good stuff. Holiday weekend in the States. Yeah, it's a holiday weekend here in Canada as well. I don't even know what the day is. What is the day? I don't even know. I'm just so out of tune. I was pretty much out of tune anyway, even before this whole pandemic. But since the pandemic, ooh, man, it's just days blur into each other, and it's like, I don't even know. My streaming schedule is the only thing that keeps me kind of on track as far as what day I'm in. Old man Logan, hey there, Kris and monkeys. Happy official Way the Brush Day. It's the official Way the Brush Day. It's official. Oi, jeez Louise. Sir Peanut Butter is resubscribing for the last 23 months. You madman. Thank you, Sir Peanut Butter, for the subscribe. I was petting. I wasn't stroking. This is the stroking. This is petting. A light petting. It's only a light petting, for God's sakes. Come on. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Chris Dilly. Good day to the glorious name Butcher and monkeys. Hope you are all well. Yes, I hope so too, Chris. Sir Peanut Butter. Morning, Chris and peeps. Morning. Scott Radom. Hey, guys. Hey. Ghost of Starman. Not actually back to doing uni work, but uni work. like a eunuch? Yet, but I wanted to move in anyway. Work doesn't start until early October. Oh, so did you find a job? I hope you found a job. That's good. If you did. If you didn't, well, keep looking. Old man Logan, Labor Day, coincidentally, my birthday weekend. Oh, it's your birthday coming up, old man. Oh, well then. Or I'll get sued if I sing it, eh? I just want to start singing it, but then I was like, I'll get sued. Is that true, though? Is there some schmo out there who's collecting paychecks from everybody singing happy birthday? Is that true? Or is that just like one of those urban legends? I don't even know. Again, I don't even know anymore. I may have smoked myself retarded. Proper retarded. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Not work, university work. Oh, work, not work. But university work, gotcha. Not work. Work? Lord Krabby, are you hyped for the new Spider-Man trailer? Well, I caught the teaser, and yeah, there's supposed to be a new trailer coming out, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been, I think recently a lot of the craziness that we've seen in like shows like Loki, and have you been watching the What Ifs? The last What If that just aired, yeah, that feels very in tune with where this new Spider-Man movie's going, in that whole regard, the whole multiverse thing, and that's pretty cool. You know, I think that's really was the primer. I think just getting everybody ready for all this kind of time loopy silliness. Most of the times, I think most of you guys know my opinion on when they involve time travel in a story. You know, it's just a plot device, right? And so it's really, you know, for anybody who is somewhat familiar with the topic and the different ideas regarding time and everything like that, you know, you kind of you want the storytelling to remain consistent with a particular idea of how time works, and yet in movies and TV shows and stuff, they pick and choose, right? Because again, it all services plot. So if you tell a good story, then it can be forgiven. But if you tell a shit story, then it's really kind of, you know, everybody's like, oh, fucking time travel was bullshit. And, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so yeah, it's, you know, I am looking forward to it. The one I'm really, really excited for, and Kris usually doesn't get too hyped up over things, but I have been, and I'm sure you all know what movie I'm about to talk about. That's right, Dune. So apparently, film festival this weekend, I guess in Venice, I think it is, the Venice Film Festival, or maybe it was France. I can't remember where the fuck it's taking place. But anyway, a lot of people got to see Dune, and apparently it received a 6-minute ovation, standing ovation. And all the well, not all the reviews, but a vast majority of the reviews are hyping it up to be a masterpiece. One even claims that it will change cinema as we understand it. That's a pretty bold claim. I'm not sure I put too much stock into it, but I am excited. And if it's being well received, and the only one that I had read was that it was kind of a negative review, was from IGN, and they famously are not terribly great at the movie review thing and everything like that. But they said that it was the reason why they gave it a lower score or whatever, or review it poorly, is because it follows too close to the book. Does that even make sense? It follows too close to the book. Like, isn't that what everybody wants who has read these legacy stories? These stories that have endured for decades and decades and decades, that have a huge fan following of just the books, never mind all the multimedia type stuff and the TV shows and movies and everything like that. Doesn't everybody complain that they never really follow the book? Now, mind you, I mean, going from a novel or book, whatever, to the big screen, there has to be some sort of translation, and some elements do get kind of lost in translation, as it were. Because movies and television are visual medium. The story is being told through the visuals, as opposed to a book, which is just words, and it allows your imagination to, create the imagery if you want. So, but whereas apparently, it has come together here with this new Dune film. Again, I'm usually not really one for jumping on bandwagons and hyping up things, but I am looking forward to Dune. I even want to spend the extra money to go see it in IMAX. I do. Believe it or not, I do. Ghost of Star Mandela still looking for real work. Yeah, well, keep looking, bud. Keep looking. Old Man Logan. It was on Thursday, actually. Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday nonetheless. Happiest of birthday. None the less. Evan Belleau, you can sing it now. No legal consequence. Okay. Happy, everybody all at once. Everybody together. Happy. Do you feel the warm feelings already building, old man? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear old man Logan. Happy birthday to you. There we go. That scared the shit out of you guys when I raised it up a notch. Kim, I built all the new Kill Team terrain yesterday after I finished the McFarlane Blood Angel. Going to build the dudes from the box now. Cool. Lord Krabby, yeah, watch it when you get a chance. Now what I heard was decent. Suicide Squad was very good. Suicide Squad, I caught that one. I actually went to this theater to go see that one. And I enjoyed Suicide Squad. I think for a big ensemble piece like that, having the amount of humor that it does have, it has a similar vibe to Guardians. Obviously, it's a little darker, more swearing, a little bit of nudity, and lots of gore, So it differs from Guardians in that regard. But, it is a group of villains working together to achieve good. And it's kind of a funny premise, right, in itself. And I enjoyed Suicide Squad. It was good. And yeah, King Shark is hilarious, of course. And Ghost Starman. Oh yeah, I gotta catch up on What If. Yeah, watch the What Ifs. The What Ifs are fun. Lord Krabby. Yeah, it's a whole or device. It's a whole or device? Yeah, exactly. Ebb and Flow, public domain, royalty free. Warner held the copyright and protected aggressively until 2015. Oh, really? Really? It was Warner who was holding on to that? Like Warner Brothers? Dirty bastards. Dirty bastards. Lord Krabby, BioShock Infinite was like that. It was good, but they jumped too much, yeah. We shall see, fingers crossed, for Dune, yeah. Disco, hype, it's not, or hope, it's not hype. Dune has fantastic world building. I concur. And yeah, I'm excited for this movie. You know, I like the director's style, and I mean, it's a Hans Zimmer soundtrack, so it's gonna be, you know, intense. I was actually just listening to it before I started the stream today. I had it playing on the Spotify's. Kim, they lost me with the Black Panther Guardians episode. I hated that, so I have not watched the ones after. Dune is going to be awesome. I did see a trailer with Skarsgård in it. It was insane. Yeah, you didn't like you didn't like T'Challa as Star-Lord? That was hilarious. I liked it. It was interesting. It's an interesting premise because really, what good do the Guardians do, right? Whereas T'Challa, the character, he is so full of goodness that he changes the world or changes the universe, and he makes the universe a better place just by his actions. So, yeah, it's an interesting idea. Again, it's what if. Like, it's, these are just what if stories. Lord Krabby, yeah, me too. I'll give it a chance. The 1980s version still the best. Who controls the spice? Yeah, I don't like people who say the books are inferior. Means they take liberties. Tell it for what it is. I don't know anybody who watches the movie version of a book. Like, if the book was out long before there was ever a film. I'm not sure if there's ever an instance where people say, no, the movie was great, the book sucked. Like, I don't know if that's ever a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but yeah, you're going to have to point me to an example of that. Like, when people went, the movie was fantastic, the book's shite. Now, when the books come out after the movie, and they're based off the movie, then yeah, the book could be shite. But if the books came out before, and it's many, many, many years, and then the movie comes out, or a TV show, or whatever, typically a lot of the critique is that the book was better. To me, that feels a bit like more of a cop-out these days, to just arbitrarily claim that, especially when some people haven't even read the fucking books. Lord Krabby, even if it's dated 1984, is a great book. Yeah, tell me something I don't know, bud. People should read it, like Dune. Definitely. Dune is definitely one that should be read. And the other one I'm looking forward to, and I might, these dirty bastards at Apple TV, they might get my money because I want to watch Foundation. That looks fun. Of course, if it sucks, then I'll look like an asshole. But I mean, time will tell, right? But Foundation looks really, really good, and that's based off of Asimov's work, which is like decades and decades ago. Ghost Starman, yeah, IGN are whack as hell. Is that whack as hell? They rated Wind Waker, a game focused on exploring a world in a boat, 7 out of 10 because there was too much water. Yeah, that's a dumb critique. Yeah, it's like what's that Pirates game there? Sea of Thieves. Yeah, that game, Sea of Thieves. Like, I can watch that one when my son plays that. I can just sit there and watch that because it's so pretty. Just the boat riding on the waves. Yeah, the art style of everything else is kind of has like that cel shaded kind of cartoony kind of look, but the water is just so beautiful. Like, even as it's splashing in the storm, like, it looks really, really good. Like, a lot of effort went into getting that the motion of the ocean, as it were, down correct. And I like that. Old Man Logan, I can feel the love. I'm not going to sing that, though. I can feel the love. Anybody? Yeah. Only old cats like us get it, I guess. Enforcer, someone better clip Kris singing Happy Birthday. Yeah, you might as well clip that. Get me sued. You guys might as well help get me sued. Lord Krabby, they redeem villains. Holy crap. They did a very good job. I'm not going to lie. I cried when kicked the what. Yeah. No, Suicide Squad was a good one. I enjoyed it. It was better. Like, I went in. Like, I was not hyped for that film in the slightest. I was like, my son practically had to drag me to go see it. I was like, okay, let's go see it. Yeah, I was not looking forward to that at all, you know. And yeah, I was very pleased with how that movie went right from the very beginning, and just just it is a play on a lot of subverting your expectations about things, so expect that. But yeah, it's good for a laugh. You know, it's still dark, like the way DC has been going about things, like making their universe very dark, and more adult teen kind of thing, you know. So they've been going for that, right? I mean, you know, they win the younger teen audience over anytime you flash some boobs in the screen, and it's like, oh, okay, this is a good movie. Oh yeah, it's a good movie, eh? Scott Radum, the T'Challa as Star-Lord episode was awesome. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, like, you know, it was you could have swapped Star-Lord out for any other Marvel character, right? And it's fun that they went with T'Challa and managed to make, you know, an interesting point about the very nature of heroes, of leadership, right? Because T'Challa as Star-Lord, he, you know what I mean, he changes the universe, right? Because the fictional character, he's just a good guy, right? He's a good leader, you know. He's compassionate about other people, and it's depicting a universe where things are not bad, you know what I mean? Like he convinced Thanos not to go on his genocidal mission, which is a joke within that episode itself, which is hilarious. But yeah, you know, like he was a force for good. And then when you look at, you know, Peter Quill, the character, you know, what good has he done at using the name Star-Lord? You know what I mean? Like, has he really brought the universe together? Has he done all these great things, you know? Or is he just out for himself, right? Which I think is kind of a point as well. Disco. Oh, Game of Thrones deviation from the books is why I stopped watching. I just finished the season 7 finale last night. So now we are on to season 8. And yeah, I'm sure some of you diehard Game of Thrones fans out there are gnashing your teeth and you're like, ah. But save it. Keep it to yourselves. I may or may not join you at the end. Now, I have not read the books. And I've said it before, I have no interest in reading the books. Sword and Sorcery is not really high on my list of go-to things, right? Like, I'm looking forward to the new Lord of the Rings show that's going to premiere on Amazon Prime, like, next year. I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting. But I'm not, like, super hyped for it, you know? Again, Sword and Sorcery doesn't get me more fired up. Expanse, I'm waiting for the next season of Expanse. Right, so I'm a sci-fi guy, not so much on the fantasy. I like fantasy, but I'm not so much. Ghost of Starman, rule of nostalgia. Whatever comes out first is better. Well, yes and no. You know, I think really our biggest thing right now is we have to get out of this nostalgia phase that has dominated the last decade, I suppose. Everything's retro. Everything's, you know, nostalgia. Everything is looking back, right? We should always be looking forward. Unfortunately, there's a clip of Vanilla Ice, and he kind of lays it out pretty succinctly for Vanilla Ice. And I'm not a Vanilla Ice fan. And I wasn't a fan of him back in the day, and I don't even know if he still does stuff now. But either way, but what he says does ring true. There is some truth to it. Is he 100% correct? Well, I don't think that's really the lens to look at it through. But he does have a point. You have to find that clip. It's Vanilla Ice talking about the lack of style in the last 20 years. But anyway, or no, yeah, his biggest point is the lack of innovation as far as style and culture since these things have come out. Smartphones. Bum 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 bum. Lord Krabby, when you said earlier about the journalist opinion about Dune earlier, that's what I was referring to. Oh, okay. Also, that Deadshot was so much better than Will Smith. Well, it's Idris Elba. I mean, Idris Elba is just awesome. Like, I'm not gay, but so, take from that what you will. Idris Elba is awesome. He's an awesome dude. I don't know him personally, of course. And I mean, like, he might be an asshole, in private. I don't know. But, his work is really great, and he's a guy who appears to enjoy his passion projects because he's a DJ as well. I think that's cool shit. That's pretty awesome, I think, So why not? And yeah, I want Idris Elba as James Bond, as the next James Bond. Although he's kind of getting up there now, though, but I don't know. Enforcer, Quill brought the tale of the great Kevin Bacon to the galaxy. Yeah, exactly, right? Quill, yeah. Again, like, it's a what if. It's a fun story. It's an interesting take. I mean, even with T'Challa being Star-Lord, they could have went in other directions with that as well. Like, there's many different directions that could have went. And, because you could also play it out as, T'Challa becomes a warlord, right? And starts subjugating worlds, and as he gets older, and I mean, like there's all different ways you could go about it, right? So I thought it was just fun. It's fun. It's what ifs. I mean, it's fun. I'm still looking forward to the zombie Captain America episode. I don't even know what that's about. I want to know what that's about. And this last one, the way it ends, like, man, yeah. This last one was a good one. It's a Doctor Strange one. Kim, I am a DC Comics guy. It's going to take very little to turn me off Marvel stuff since I don't like it that much. Sure. Yeah. Legion, I would say the film version of Shawshank Redemption is better than the book version. Interesting. That's very interesting. So the movie, in your opinion, the movie of Shawshank Redemption is better than its original book. And I assume the original book was written about the time that it's displaying, right? It's probably like from the 60s or 70s, Shawshank Redemption. I don't even know. I've watched the movie. I've never read the book. Enforcer. Oh man, I love Vanilla Ice, especially with chocolate chips. It's so good. You know what's a fun one? And it's a big treat. It's a big treat for me because, well, I'm diabetic, and so I'm not supposed to have sweets that often. So when I do get it, I enjoy it. Is root beer floats. Just normal root beer. I like the A&W root beer. I also like, what's the other one we get? What's the other root beer we get? We get the A&W root beer. A&W root beer is the best, though. It's really tasty. And it just brings back nostalgia, right? Anyway, root beer float, vanilla, right in there. Bang. Swirl it around. Oh, yeah, that's the best. Root beer float. And if you're not familiar with what the concept of a root beer float, or have never had a root beer float, I highly recommend you give it a shot. But do it with vanilla ice cream and just normal root beer. Like, don't get diet root beer or anything like that. If you're gonna go for sugar, you might as well go for sugar, right? Go for a 10K run after if you need to, but otherwise, yeah, give it a shot. Maybe a 5K run. That'd be a 10K run. I got to realize, too, my audience, how many of you actually run? I don't run. I go for walks, but I don't run. Man, Anybody? Okay, any of you would-be doctors out there? You Google doctors, WebMDs. When I get up, when I get up, especially from like a almost kind of squat sitting position, like I'm sitting but my knees are like bent like this and my bum's down here like that, you know what I mean, like I'm almost like I'm squatting, basically when I'm sitting on my front steps. When I get up, both of my knees sound like celery cracking. Is there something I could be taking to alleviate that? It doesn't really hurt that much. My knees don't hurt as much as they used to. They used to really hurt before. These days, not so much. But man, it just, both knees, I can hear them in stereo. Both knees, as I get up, I can hear, not quite like something's tearing. And not like something is grinding, but somewhere in between. But anyway. Yeah, anybody, please help Kris out. Please. Ghost of Starman, I'm hyped for the new Star Wars stuff after my long week binge of Clone Wars and Bad Batch. Clone Wars Season 7 in particular was harrowing. Yes, Clone Wars was fantastic. The last season, I loved the way that ended with Ahsoka and everything like that. I love that. I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka show whenever that drops. Of course, Book of Boba, I'm really looking forward to. And the new Star Wars anthology animation, the anime stuff, yeah, that looks fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's just different takes on stuff, you know what I mean? Like very familiar concepts. And I'm sure that was in part inspired by Buddy who did that Tie-Fi animation a few years back, because that had a very anime style to it, but it was, you know, all Star Wars and everything like that. That was fantastic. And from what I understand, like that was just one dude doing that. Like fantastic work. Amazing. Like that's truly a labor of love, right? And yeah, I'm hoping that's why they said, you know what, let's try out some Star Wars anime. You know, do some proper anime stuff. Like even go in with all the anime type of storytelling devices and the character designs and stuff like that. Like just be within the Star Wars universe. Why not? You know, it's fun. What if? Churri-queso. I've learned to avoid nostalgia in the entertainment industry. It's intentionally political and divisive for attention, but at the cost of the consumer. It's intentionally political and divisive. How so? You might need to elaborate on that. I'm not sure I'm following. Because intentionally political and divisive? I don't know about that. The nostalgia factor, I mean, it's money, it's greed. First and foremost, that is always at the top of the list. It's to make money, right? Everything else is secondary. The primary concern for them is making money. Lots and lots of money. And if they throw in these things that you view, or many view, as political and divisive, then yeah, I can see how, yeah, that feels very intentional, because again, in Hollywood, there's no such thing as bad press. So even if you're up in arms about it and talking about it, you're driving people towards it. You're helping them, right? So if you don't want to help them, do not talk about their stuff. If especially if it's something that, you know, you dislike and you think it's political or divisive or, you know, whatever, don't engage with it. Don't engage with the beast, because engaging with it only gives it power. Ebb and flow. To be a fly on the wall hearing the conversation between Kris and his wife when he pitches Idris Elba as his hall pass would be a delight. No, I can't. Man. Yeah, we don't have that conversation. We don't have the hall pass. I may have played that card a little too soon way back in the day. Scott Radham, Shawshank was a little novella by Stephen King. Movie is 1,000 times better. Okay, so if it was a novella, then yeah, I mean, like, it's not a fully fleshed out idea then, at that point, right? And there's a lot of wiggle room for somebody to make a movie from it and expand upon its ideas. Yeah, there's something else like that starts out as a novella and is expanded and becomes much better than its book. I think, like, the book, what's it called? I can't remember what the book's called, but the book that Die Hard is based off of, I'm sure is much more interesting, the movie, over the book. So, yeah. Okay, I get it. Disco with the Brush. Do they have any A&W shops in your area? Yes, they do. Yeah, an A&W? Yeah, there's one in my town where I am currently situated. I think there's only one. It's good though. I enjoy A&W. Every once in a while I enjoy it. I try not to eat too much fast food. Again, the diabetes. And yeah. But every once in a while, then I have to go for a 1K walk. I don't go for a 5K run or a 10K run. I go for a 1K walk. After that, I'm winded and sweating and dying, and you have to pull me off somebody's lawn covered in mushrooms. Enforcer, there's nothing better than a root beer float in a frosty mug. Yes. 100%. James, you are absolutely correct. Yes, there is nothing better. Especially on a nice warm summer day in the evening. After you've gone and done something productive. And you feel like, I've earned this. I've earned this root beer float, and I'm going to chug the whole goddamn thing in 2 seconds. And gobble down the ice cream, and then get a second one. Yeah. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Never had a root beer float, but I've had other floats. Root beer isn't popular over here, I think. Oh, really? Really? How can that be? No, I refuse to believe that. How is root beer not popular in the UK? Is root beer a product of North American taste buds? I would have thought root beer come from England or Europe. I would have thought. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, or looked into it, or cared. Really, the second part is the carry. I don't really care. It tastes good, and because I don't get to drink it that often. I enjoy it when I do get the chance. Lord Crabby, what's a good scene in general? Star Trek, the newer movies, the first 5 minutes of that movie is amazing. I love playing the tabletop game similar to X-Wing. Yeah, you like that game? I have it. Or I had it. I had it. I have had it. Anyway, yeah, what is it? Attack Wing? Star Trek Attack Wing? Yeah, it's like X-Wing, but Star Trek ships? Yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to give that one a try. Just never have. Never did. Never got around to it. Disco, there's a local mall with an A&W burger root beer floats on menu still. Yeah, oh yeah. It's synonymous. A&W and root beer floats. I mean, they have to have that on the menu. It's a hallmark of that brand. Enforcer Kris, I actually started running at the gym. Really? Good for you, bud. Good for you. What are you trying to say? I should get my fat ass to the gym? Is that what you're saying? Have you ever seen pictures of my brother, Evan? That motherfucker's been hitting the gym hard. My brother is fucking huge. I don't know how he's gonna play guitar when his arms are like this fucking big. He's gonna be playing it up here like a ukulele. It's gonna look like a ukulele in his hands. Anyway, this show's not about making fun of my brother. Where am I? Lord Krabby again. The first 5 minutes was amazing. That's what I see when I take down a Federation ship. Kim, it would be maybe run if my life was at stake. If not, I will take my time. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old for this shit. Yeah, I'll just walk. I go for walks. Dark Commission. Evening, Kris and Monkeys. Evening. Just sent pics in an email. Cool. Yes. Oh yeah. What time we at? Holy cramoly, this is already 42? We've already been talking for 42 minutes? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Nathaniel, greetings, Kris and fellow monkey. Greetings, Nathaniel. Dark Mission. Any cracking sounds from joints is the release of gases. Harmless, but be better seeing a chiropractor than a doctor. Yeah, you think a chiropractor? I don't know about chiropractors. I know. I'm not really, chiropractors. Crack your bones. Everything's about crack your bones. Oh, you gotta crack your bones. Crack your bones. I don't know. To me, chiropractors feel like quackery. It's right next door to the lady who sells those crystals and incense. Anyway. Enforcer, the last season of Clone Wars made me cry so much. It was beautiful. I remember that anime TIE Fighter video. It was insane. Yeah. Clone Wars, last season of Clone Wars? Yeah, fantastic. It was fantastic. And Bad Batch, yeah, was really good. I'm glad that the season finale didn't end on a huge cliffhanger, although it leads into some, what could be next. And really, the one thing that I'm curious about, this is a bit of a spoiler for everybody in Bad Batch, but I'm curious as to what future role does Omega play in Star Wars? Like, are we gonna get Omega in, Book of Boba, or even The Mandalorian, or even maybe future stories? You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna see Omega in that? Because that's really what it feels like. And a lot of the Bad Batch episodes, again, spoiler, it feels like they're setting up a lot of the Bounty Hunter universe as you watch that whole season. There's a lot of touching base with familiar bounty hunters and future bounty hunters, right? So, yeah. Where the hell am I? I don't even know where the hell I am. Nathaniel, is there a giveaway today? No. I said 4 giveaways for August. Mind you, the first one was in July, but August. And I sent all those prizes. I sent them all out. I made a Patreon video about it, because I think it was like, yeah, everybody was on Patreon that won. So, all right. What are you going to do? Nathaniel, what's root beer? What's root beer? What? What? What's root beer? What's root? Root beer is it's a soda pop drink. It's a drink. So it's a carbonated drink. What exactly is in root beer, though? I don't even know. You have to look that one up. But give it a try. Root beer. It's not for everybody, but it's tasty. Old Man Logan, root beer not popular in the UK? Savages. Kim, if you're on the lawn picking mushrooms here in this part of Norway, they call the cops, since magic mushrooms grow wild in grassy lawns here. Oh yeah? So you just fucking trip balls all the time, or what? Everybody's just wandering onto each other's lawns, eating mushrooms, and fucking having out-of-body experiences, and just everybody's laid out on lawns. That doesn't sound actually doesn't sound very horrible at all. It sounds pretty mellow. It sounds like everybody would kind of get along for the most part. Ghost of Starman, root beer is a sweet North American soft drink. Wikipedia. Yeah, it's terribly descript, right? I'm sure, Ghost, if you went to any corner store or whatever, I'm sure you can find root beer. You probably find it in like the grocery stores. Actually, they might carry root beer. Corner stores might not, just because, especially if it's not popular. But I can't see that. I cannot honestly see that it is not popular. I don't know. Then again, I don't know. Lord Krabby, I remember I visited you in mini Wargaming days, had a maple ice cream, super diabetes, but so worth it. Yeah. Heretic Scott, howdy monkeys. Trying to get some pics of my latest mini, but my camera battery is dead, so going well so far. Well, charge it up. Just charge up them batteries. Ghost of Starman, not medical expert, but chiropractors are legitimate medical professionals. Sure. Yeah, chiropractors, am I going to call them doc or anything like that? No. I'll call it doctor. Dentist, do I call them doctor? No, I don't call dentist doctor. Christoph, when you getting back to the War Master Titan, Kris? Soon? Right now, I'm working on a McFarlane Marine on the streams and such. But I finished a big project. I had judged a painting competition for Game Forge in the other side of the planet over in Tasmania. And I have yet to ask them about Tasmanian devils and what are the import rules, if they can snag me one of them little things. But anyway, I did a judging video for them. I've done a few for them, and yeah, they're a lot of fun, And I basically, it is offering opinion, talking about strengths and weaknesses. It's compare contrast kind of stuff, and just quick little thing. I don't go into a huge amount of depth or anything like that, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's very, very interesting. And this last one was very interesting that they did, because basically their painting competition was it had a theme, unexpected color, and they left it at that. Unexpected color, go, right? And that's very, very interesting, and I like that idea that everybody using all their skills with kind of a vague brief on what is expected, so they can take it any direction they like, and yet everything is very, very different. It's just a very interesting concept. I liked it. I thought it was very good. I told him I'm gonna have to steal that, really. Ghost of Starman, some fans theorize that Omega could be Captain Phasma, but I don't buy it. She's probably too old. Well, she is like Boba Fett, that she is an unaltered clone, yet she's female, right? So, but being Phasma, I mean, the actress that plays Phasma, she does kind of have that hair like that, because I've been watching Game of Thrones, and her hair is like how Omega's hair goes, right? It's not short, but it's not like long either, and it kind of like all kind of curls back in the head. And the actress who plays, I can't remember what the hell her name, Gwen something like that. Anyway, yeah, her hair is kind of like that. So, that thought had crossed my mind as well, that Omega is Captain Phasma. Who knows? Although that seems a little obvious, right? Doesn't it? Anyway, Fire Drake, walking does help. Yes, it does. Help what? Kim, root beer is a ginger-based soda. Okay. Ghost Starman, we just drink real beer over here instead. Well, dude, so I'm in Canada, man. We're all about the Canadian beer. All about it. Even though I drink an import, Corona. Where am I? Scott Radom, if you on the I'm with you on the Canada Post rant. I sent 2 identical packages, one to Ontario and one to Poland. The one to Ontario was almost 3 times as much, and the one to Poland arrived first. Yeah, see, fucking hell, like that shit. Damn it, Scott, you're gonna get me all worked up here. Yeah, that's why fucking Canada Post sucks balls. Balls! Not the whole shaft, not the knob, just the balls. The part that dangles closest to the asshole, that's the part they're just suckling onto. Yeah, they're just pain in my ass. Canada Post are a bunch of Bezos and bozos. Bezos. Yeah, isn't it kind of funny? Bezos and bozos. Am I just catching that now? Is that a thing? Has that already been a thing that many people have realized? But anyway, and knuckleheads. Yeah. Canada Post. Yeah, suck balls. I fucking hate dealing with Canada Post. Ghost of Starman. From what I can tell, the tree that the proverbial root comes from is native to North America. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, there's a lot of stuff that's native to North America that is, common all over the planet nowadays. Kim. Sassafras. Sassafras. That's just fun to say, sassafras. Because I always bust into Yosemite Sam. I can't do it now because I'm laughing, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, main ingredients of root beer. Gotcha. Thank you. Zero hobbies. What up, my dude? Nothing. Zero. Just, chit-chatting. Holy crap, it's already 53. Better hurry up. We're going to get to the Instagram side of things here in a moment. So, for anybody who does the Instagram pictures, pretty picture things, use the hashtag #WayTheBrush, and you'll probably see your work here, and I will have a look at it, and you'll very likely get a likey, a hearty thing, and yeah, the things, all the things. Anyway. Nathaniel, can't say I ever saw root beer being available here in Germany. Really? Interesting. Wow. Really? Root beer is not a thing in Europe. UK or Germany, apparently. That is interesting. There's got to be somebody selling root beer in Europe. Somebody. Because a root beer floats, vanilla ice cream and root beer. That's it. It's just 2 ingredients of sorts. And, yeah. If you can get your hands on A&W root beer, all the better. It just has a really nice taste to it. There's different brands. There's Barks. There's I can't even call any other root beer brands because I don't drink any other root beer brands. I always drink A&W because I like the taste of A&W. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, enforcers. So Kris, we're all the models Taz from Looney Tunes. Yeah, or Taz from Looney Tunes. Yeah, no. Come on. When I talk about Tasmanian devils, I want them cute little buggers. Them little well, I don't know if he's this small. They look really small. And a wombat. Can I have a pet wombat? If I go to Australia, can I take a wombat back with me? Old Man Logan. From the link, root beer was banned in the UK for a time. Say what? But it is now sold regularly throughout England and the UK. There is a traditional UK equivalent called dandelion and burdock, which is a sarsaparilla. A sarsaparilla? Interesting. I don't know if I'd drink dandelion and burdock. I don't even know what burdock is. I know what a dandelion is. We have all sorts of products to killing those things. Which is kind of dumb because tons of people eat them, But anyway. Legion. You can get root beer in Germany in REWE, which it's sold as soda and not as a beer. No, it's not a beer. It's a soda pop. It's a soda. It's a carbonated drink. It's not beer. No, it's called root beer. Why, I don't know. I'm sure there's a story to it. But yeah. I don't know. Christoph, Warmaster Titan delays are okay when due to Tasmanian devil related reasons. Yeah, the Warmaster Titan. There's plenty of projects on my desk that I want to get to. That video that I did for Gameforge was taking a little longer than normal, and just because other things, life and everything like that. And I finally got that one finished. Actually, just got it finished last week. This week. I just got it finished this week. And so now I'm free, because basically the way I've been doing it is I stream and I take a day. And I've been meaning to take that day and get some of these other like film fresh tips. So the fresh tips are not going to be like completely regular, but I mean, like one day I'll film and the next break I get I'll edit, and you know what I mean, and that kind of process. So Yeah, and then I'll probably leave them in the patron side of things for a bit, so that I can build up a bit of a bank, and then I can kind of just release them, here and there, kind of thing. That's the plan, anyway. Fucking hell, I don't even know where the hell I am in these. Old Man Logan, what the hell? I step away for 1 second, come back to ball sucking descriptions. Oh, I wasn't describing the process of sucking balls. Mainly because I don't have a lot of practice at it. Any. In fact, I'm just going to end it right there. I'm not going to just describe the process any further. Dark Commission, forgot to mention, I made my first sale of a bust. The Roman Centurion featured in the last email sold to an American in Maine. Very, very happy. Very cool. That's awesome. Congratulations. Do you sell them on, do you have a site? If you have a site, post a link in Discord. I'll check it out. Or are you posting it on Etsy or something like that? Either way, share the link. Chris Galloway, is root beer like ginger beer? No. I don't know. It could be. I have no idea. I've never really drank ginger beer. Unless ginger beer is just ginger ale. Ginger ale. I love ginger ale. Ginger ale is good. But ginger ale is not an ale. It's just, carbonated pop. Heretic Scott, apparently Virgil's root beer is really good. I don't know if I've had Virgil's. I've had a few. And some of the no-name brand stuff is like, what? But yeah. A&W is my favorite. And then Barks is a close second. It's different. When I feel like a different kind of root beer, I go with a Barks. But usually I go for A&W. If I can get A&W, I'm a happy guy. It's not that often, though. I don't drink that stuff that often. Old Man, I think probably have root beer, but they call it something different. Yeah, I don't know. Enforcer, Kris, there's a A&W mug Virgil's that I know of. Heretic Scott, I prefer ginger beer as it's alcoholic. Really? Really? I can't imagine anybody in Scotland, England, Ireland who prefers a beverage that has alcohol in it. I can't imagine that. I just can't imagine it. Really? I'm shocked. Ghost of Starman. Bro, I haven't had Dandelion Burdock for ages. Tend to consider it very old-timey. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that at all. I'm kind of curious now. Not Idris Elba curious, but, curious. Oh, shit. Nathaniel, does root beer float equal butter beer from Harry Potter? No. I don't know. I don't know what butter beer is from Harry Potter. Root beer float is just get a nice frosty mug. Pour yourself... Well, you can put the ice cream in first and then pour the root beer in. You can dunk the vanilla ice cream in before or after. Typically, you should do it probably before. Put the ice cream in the frosty mug, then pour your root beer in, and you got yourself a root beer float. That's it. If that sounds like something you've had before, then it's possibly the same thing. If it sounds like a completely foreign concept to you, then you've probably never had it. Give it a try. Root beer and vanilla ice cream. Yes, you can swap it out for different pop and different ice creams. Sure. Is it a root beer float? No. Root beer. Vanilla ice cream. Root beer float. Fire drink 18. Root beer tastes like methanol to me. Ginger root beer. I'm all about, especially Maine root brand. Maine root brand. Ghost of Starman. Way the Brush, episode 357. The process of sucking balls. No. Fire 18. Burdock tea, root tea, is pretty good. Also healthy. Really. I don't give a shit about the healthy part, but it's pretty good. I've never heard of burdock. Now you guys are going to make me go looking around for burdock. I'm going to look like a crazy person showing up at the local tea place. Yeah, you got any more of that burdock? Lips all chapped. Scratching. Got any more of that burdock? Dark Commission sold on Etsy. Working on next product now. Episode 357, the Magnum Edition. The Magnum Edition? The Magnum Edition? Like Magnum condoms? Is that... It's very generous of you, I guess. I don't know. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Since when is ginger beer alcoholic? I don't know. You... I think you and Heretic have to have a conversation because, shit, I don't know. But, I mean, Heretic Scott, I believe, is in Scotland. And Ghost, I believe you're in Nottingham now. So, you're in England, I think. Maybe. Possibly. Christoph. Dandelion and burdock is classic in UK fish and chip shops. Really? I never had that. I never saw it. Did I see it? When Dark Commission, when we went for fish and chips, was dandelion and burdock an option? Because if it was, should have told me about it. God damn it. Dark Commission. Putting on my boots, gonna fetch a bottle of D&B after the show, salivating, lol. Old Man Logan, not much experience is not the same as no experience. Ya ball sucker. Ya ball sucker. It's just gonna be the new diss. Ya ball sucker. Heretic Scott, episode 357, beers and balls. Old man. Not that there's anything wrong with it, per se. Don't come for me. Oh, shit. Enforcer Kris, a 357 Magnum is a gun. Oh, I get the joke. Who said the Magnum edition? Who was that? Dark Commission? Was that you? God damn it, man. Such a dad joke. See, no wonder why I didn't get it. It was a goddamn dad joke. I'm a dad. And even I don't get some dad jokes. They're just too damn dumb. Same with puns. Puns, I'm just kind of like, alright. But anyway, Scott Radom, Kris, they sell that dandelion shit in those UK import stores that try to make you think soccer is good. That dandelion drink stinks. It ain't root beer. It stinks, eh? Dandelion burdock? Well, I'm gonna have to look for it. Java's left nut. Episode 357. I'm Idris Elba curious. All right, that's it. Yeah, you win, Java. You win. I honestly cannot sound any dumber than that. Possibly. Oh, shit. I'm Idris Elba curious. How curious are you? I'm Idris Elba curious. Yeah, it makes total sense, man. Makes total sense to my fucked up way of thinking, anyway. There we go. I'm Idris Elba curious. All right. Where are we with this chat? Am I all caught up with this chat? Enforcer Kris, what's your thoughts on sarsaparilla? Yeah, I'm nothing wrong with sarsaparilla. It's just a soda pop, is it not? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a sarsaparilla, so I can't say I'm pro or con for it. So, although if somebody said, "You want a sarsaparilla?" and I'd say, sure, why not? I'm willing to try anything once, maybe twice, if I don't remember trying it. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Gotta head out, dudes. We're playing mini golf this evening. Cool. Later, duder. Have fun. Have fun. Don't get stuck in the windmill too long, because then you look like a chump. Just That's just some advice for you. Fire Drake. Later, Starman. Yeah. Dark Commission. Kris is Belleau. Par at puns. No. 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 We're not doing it. No, I'm not engaging. Enforcer. I've only had white herb sarsaparilla. Also, if you want something sweet, try birch root beer. Birch root beer. Interesting. Fire Drake. Missed my comments about collagen and kefir to help with your bones. No, I missed those comments. I skipped a bunch of comments before just because, we'd still be... Holy shit, it's already 8 minutes after. Yeah, I mean, I'd be reading comments all damn day. But yeah, okay, so... Fire Drake, if... I don't know if you're on the Discord, but... Post in a Discord. Like, any recommendations for shit. It's not like I'm in pain or anything like that. I was in pain before, but these days, I'm not. But my knees seem noisier these days. Like an old hinge. Ghost of Starman. I will avoid the windmills at all costs. Pretty bad at mini golf, to be honest. Yeah, who's good at mini golf? I mean, anybody who golfs and like putts, sure, right? But anyway. All right, we're jumping over to Instagram. See if what kind of offerings there are for the hashtag Way of the Brush. So let's have a look. This one's still one of my favorites right here. That one. Anyway. Okay, here we go. This one is from Terra Noir, Chapter Master Stillbjorn of the Wolf Spear. Almost done. Cool. Okay, let's give it a likey. A likey view. Looks pretty good. Looks clean. I like the red. Is this a conversion or is this like the way this kit is sold? Looks more like a conversion. Pretty good conversion. Yeah. Yeah, because Space Wolves, you usually don't see a lot of the regular Imperial icons on them. The wolf head feels like a classic Space Wolf head. No, it looks good. I like it. Yeah. I mean, he's Chapter Master of the Wolf Spear, so... it doesn't necessarily have to be a Space Wolf. It could be, an Imperial Wolf kind of thing, I suppose, right? But either way, thank you, Terra Noir, for sharing that with us. I like it. It's interesting. I really like your work on the red. I like the overall clean presentation of everything. Yeah. Good job. Good job. This one is from our good buddy, Old Man Logan. It's a Lord Relector and Lord Arcanum commission. Purdy. I don't think I've ever painted this model. Because this one is from like the first Age of Sigmar box, is it not? Or have I painted this guy? Is that the same? See the Relector? Sorry, I was having a look at the model, seeing if it was the same thing. Anyway. No, it's really good stuff. I imagine the person probably just wanted it like the default scheme, I would imagine. Is that what's going on here with this? But the gold looked good. I like the highlighting on it. The blue looks solid. Everything looks nice and clean. I like the highlights in the blue. Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine, I'm not poo-pooing on commission painting or anything like that. Although I do poo-poo on commission painting sometimes. Only from the point of view of, the artist not getting, the appropriate amount for their effort. But yeah. This one's from our good buddy Kim. Bella Dama Volga for my Soul Blight Gravelord's army. Very, very cool. Love the work you did on the fur. Oh, are you on her hands? Are you doing that same thing you were doing with your other ghouls, where it's like you're imagining that transition going through the flesh like that? Very, very interesting. I like your work on the base. The wolves are really, really good. The wolves are really good. I love all the texture. And the character on the wolf, she's cool too. I guess. I suppose. No, it's really good. Is this a G-dub model or is this somebody else's model? Oh, nice work on the leather. I like that. I like that feeling of texture in there. That's some good stuff, man. I like the gradient of deeper value gray running from the legs up to the body. I like how you created that little slight gradient there in the legs. I like that. Again, the wolves really kind of just capture me in this piece. Yeah, it's really good work. I like it. Me likey. Snidely's Workshop. A little bit of digital art. Smash that like. I like this. This is pretty cool. This is good. It's fun. I almost feel like it should be cropped in a bit more. It feels like there's a little too much space above. Like here. Can I zoom in on a piece? No, I cannot. Damn it. Like I would think, you know what, maybe can I do it on the screen here? Yeah, I'm gonna do it on the screen here just real quick. I don't know if Snidely watches too often, but I would like to have oh, I can't bring it out too far. Never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna do it then. Anyway, it feels like if you dropped it to about, you see where the fireball or drop pod, whatever it is, that's about at the 11 o'clock position from the character on the hill, his head, like it's right at 11 o'clock. The one that's closest to him is like 12 o'clock, no, 11 o'clock. It feels like that should have been the high point of the piece. And we could have had more in the foreground. If I'm, critiquing art, of which sometimes I do. Yeah. I like it though. Yeah, I think like the drop pod, like see what, like this feels almost like this should be intentionally viewed broken up. Kind of like how when some artists create a piece for like like for example like Magic or any kind of the card based games where they use a lot of art and they take elements from that art. This feels like that this was created with that kind of intention. If you get my meaning, is like there's many elements in this that feel like they're standalone amongst this whole greater whole of the piece. Yeah, I don't think really for me it's the drop pods. I think the drop pods really could have been the same number but more spread out, and the lines they create could have really driven the composition, I think, and helped the eye move around. Because your first thing, like you see the Space Marines in the foreground right away, and the Marine on the hill with the wolves. He's wolves, yeah. He kind of gets lost back there. Yeah. Really cool piece, though. Yeah, that's good. This one's from Disco. Work in progress of Morg. The old Morgenthorg. Must have had this model for near 25 years. Stripped the paint about half a dozen times. I'm pleased with how it's turning out this time. Very cool. Well, the flesh looks really good. I like he's got the big bruise on his face. That is funny. Me likey. Yeah, I like that. He's got a little shiner going on. Nice work on the weathering on the checkers on his shoulder pad, too. Making it look, you know, like uniformly weathered. But the flesh looks good. Yeah, just take your time, bud. Take your time, bud-eye. Kim Gorslav, the Gravekeeper for my Soulblight Gravelord army. Very, very cool. Oi! Jeez. Scott Radom, just subscribe. To YouTube? Haven't you already been here, Scott? Have you not been subscribed all this time? Good God, man. Yeah, I really like the flesh. I like the weathering on the metal. I like that. The colors are good too. That kind of pinky magenta with the limey green. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, das ist gut. Yeah. Porpala. Meanwhile, in the 41st millennium, newest additions to my Death Guard, Mortarian's favorite filth flingers. Filth flingers. Fuck, you can't say that 10 times fast, right? Mortarian's favorite filth flingers. Favorite filth flinger? Very cool. I like it. I think on the bronzy metal, copper, bronze, whatever it is, I think you could probably push the oxidization just a little bit more, maybe, possibly. Yeah. I really like the value of the green though in the armor, and it's actually very clean work despite it being very nurgly. Yeah. I think like the metal, the regular metals could also use just a little bit of rust or the hint of dirty grime and such. Like the gun barrel, it feels just a little bit clean. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know, if it fits in with the rest of your army, well then by all means, you know, carry on. But yeah, I've found that Nurgle, you know, there is a point where Nurgle feels a little too corroded and oxidized. And then sometimes it feels like, obviously, you know, the clean look, it's an interesting look, but I don't know. For me, as a diehard Nurgle fan, I like see them pretty grimy. Pustules and slime. Little Nurglings crawling all over the place. You gotta have them Nurglings. It's not Nurgle without Nurglings. Does that sound right? This one's from Alex. This was a off-the-wall side project. Probably going to do more with this range down the line. Oh shit, did I give that last one a like? Yeah, I did. Okay. I just make sure I'm giving these likes. Very, very good. I can't tell if that's the white balance throwing that brightness off. I think that is, just because of that white balance of that base. But I like the work on the bone. It's nice and clean. It glows. I like that. You know what you could have done too? A little bit in the text on the scroll. So the text looks like it's glowing with magical power. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Huh? Last one before the army gets auctioned off for charity. Very, very cool. I like it. I could work on the teeth and the bone elements, creating that gradient in there. I like the dustiness on the bottom of the cloak. That's good. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a solid paint job. Solid paint job. It's clean. The paint doesn't look chunky. Yeah, I can see some mold lines and stuff like that, but whatever. Oh, Snadley. I assume this is going to be a work in progress pick. It wasn't quite finished. Yeah, see, I kind of wish that composition was just a little bit higher up. Yeah. This one's our good buddy Kim. Executioner that I did about a year ago. I feel like we've... Well, I might have seen this before, but anyway. Yeah. He likes his Space Marinis really grimy and battle-worn. If you hadn't guessed. If you hadn't guessed, Kim really likes the battle-worn look on these things. And it works. Especially for Space Wolves. Because I'd imagine, like, Space Wolves, you know, just never take breaks. Oh, some asshole doing some sculpting. Porpila. They are multiplying. Send help. When started out this small warband for Warcry got out of hand. I guess I play Age of Sigmar now as well. Nothing wrong with that. Love all the Nurglings. I can't remember what the hell these things are called. They're really cool. Although, here's one little thing. I wish that GW would do more work. Excuse me. With clear plastics, because those wings, like casting those wings in clear plastic, like doesn't that just make sense? Because yeah, if you want to paint it opaque, no problem. You want to play within clears, no problem. You know, you want to go for effects with, you know, all sorts of craziness, you could. You know what I mean? Like, just all these missed opportunities, I suppose. Really solid painting though. Then the demon, the plague bearer, just looks really, really good. The champion duder too looks really good. Love the Nurglings. Nurglings are just awesome. I like Nurglings. Am I still on the right window? Yeah, I'm on the right window. Had to make sure I didn't shuffle off to the wrong space. Yeah. Very cool. Oh! CSG Motions. Another model that I finished this week. Sweet. I like your work on the bone. It's nice and smooth. The highlights are nice and crisp too. Nice and clean. You know, again, you can always shit on Space Marines, but they always look really nice when they're painted with a nice clean paint job, you know? That edge highlighting. Yeah, solid painting. Solid. Oh, I like a little bit of weathering on the cloak too, that's nice. Why does this feel like a conversion? Or is this the way this guy is sold? Or is this a 3D print? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Very cool work. Really solid painting, man. Really solid. I like. Oh, we got another one. Just finished this guy off. He just finished him off. Fun little project. Did I give that last one a like? I did. I like this. I like the OSL you created here. In the eyes and in the hand. I can even see, it looks like it's even on the Tyranid and his knee pad. Yeah. Very, very cool. When you do these really interesting kind of paint jobs, try and light your subject matter appropriately and try and get something dark in behind them. You know, use like a book cover or dark blanket or something like that. Just something to fill that space back there, just to make it darker and get a little bit more light on your subject matter, just so you can help yourself when taking these pictures. Yeah, see, I like that. That's really good. Yeah, I like the OSL. It is kind of a challenge doing the OSL on light color scheme like that. You know, picking this, what is it, the High Fleet. But it works. It works out fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, this angle here works best, I think. It gives that impression that you can see a little bit gathered in his hand, and you can see it kind of like, you know, coming down onto the Tyranid. Yeah, it's really good stuff. I think around the eyes, it doesn't have to be quite that intense, especially on his cheek. You could pull some of that intensity back just a little closer to the bottom of his eyelid and just leave just a little bit more of that blue. About the same amount of space it takes up, but less of that bright blue. More of a slightly darker blue. Not the same blue as the armor, but yeah. Carol Joe. No comments. Very, very cool. Nurgle thing. I don't know what this character is called. I really like the color, the way that the treatment on that the shell. The eye stalks. It looks like the fucking things from Futurama, Slurms. It's very interesting how you did that shell though on the back. That is very, very interesting. What was the inspiration for that shell? Doing the shell like that? Were you looking at actual shells? I'm curious now as to what inspired that coloring on that shell. I like that. Sorry, I'm taking a drink there. And I'm also calling for aid. I'm just telling my boy to grab me a bit of coffee here. What time are we at here? 1:30. Yeah, I like the eyes. I think the eyes, you probably could have spent a bit more time in the eyes. The plague bear on top. It feels kind of hilarious. I don't know if they needed to be staring straight forward. They could have been like looking off in a different direction. But yeah, I really like this piece. Very nice. Next is from Kim, the basis for his Death Rattle Skeletons. Death Rattle? Oh shit, did I give that last one a like? I did. Very cool. Straightforward. I like the light sourcing on it. Has the very kind of haunted city. I'll assume this is milliput or green stuff, and then you used a roller to get that texture. I will assume. Yeah, that's really good stuff. Thank you, my boy. Just black. No junk. Thanks, buddy. Even my buddy. We're going to go see that Shang-Chi tomorrow. Shang-Chi? Yeah. He's really pumped up for that one. I'm excited for it, but I'm not like, yeah. Anyway. The full unit of them, pretty happy with the tabletop non-metallic metal. All of them done under a day each. To paint so quick, to paint so was pretty fast. Cool. Yeah, I like your work on the shields on these guys. I know you were posting pics on the Discord of your progress on these guys. And the bases, that green base, that's going to be for these guys? Is that the plan, Kim? I guess I should probably just click through the photos, right? What are you doing?
What? A little fill to the rim.
Okay, well, bring it over here, man. Don't make me reach. You end up spilling and hard boiling my nuts or something. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, so Kim, are those bases for these guys? Because I think that's a very interesting, choice with that, that bright limey green, for the base, and then with that really stark red in there. Very interesting. The metal work is nice as well. It's really good. It conveys the sense that it is non-metallic metal, right? Without being too I don't know what the word I'm looking for here. Like without spending, too much time. It's just using the straightforward, non-metallic metal theory on those surfaces to convey the sense that it's obviously non-metallic metal, right? It's the shorthand version, as it were. And it works. It works very well. Yeah. Especially on Buddy with his sword, and the guy from the middle, he's on the right, closest in the foreground, right? That guy. It works really well with him. Yeah, that guy. And this is the Cursed City box? Is that what this is? Something like that? Yeah, very cool. Both of them are McFarlane Space Wolves. Oh, I've already given this a like. Oh, I've already looked at this. Oh. Oh, it's a donkey. Looking at it, we're focused in on his crotch for some reason. I'm just teasing. Okay, I think we're done. Yeah. Yeah, because we looked at... Yeah, I remember now. Because we were talking about his screens. Yeah, his work on the screens. Yeah, he did a really nice job here. That looks really good. Yeah. Very, very cool. Thank you, everybody, for sharing that and using the hashtag Way of the Brush. If you want me to have a look at your work and give it a thumb up and possibly talk about it, I don't really do the critique thing on this portion. I prefer to do that for emails, so just, so you can kind of convey your senses and thoughts on particular things and, just that kind of stuff, right? It's a little bit more in depth. Holy shit. Bunch of comments I missed. Scott Radom. I only subscribe now to YouTube. I needed to make sure I enjoyed the content before committing to subscribing. Can't waste those clicks, bro. Fucking ass. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, you boys are talking amongst yourselves. Yeah, it is Millie Putt and green stuff? Okay, yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Yeah. Jabba's left nut. Kris is excited for the film, but not Idris Elba excited. I'm excited, but I'm not Idris Elba excited. Exactly. That's pretty much how we've established it today. Yeah, I'm not like Idris Elba excited for was it Shang-Chi? That was it, Shang-Chi, right? Anyway, I'm probably saying it wrong, but anyway. I mean, it looks fun. But I'm not like, yeah, I'm gonna go see this. It's gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be awesome and blah. What I am, curious about. I'm not excited about it. I'm not pumped up about it. But apparently, in the trailers, you see it's Abomination, and he looks like the comic book version of Abomination, which is cool. That's cool, because that other Abomination in the other film, I did not care. That was like a stronger story, sort of, but I wasn't a big fan of Ed Norton as Bruce Banner. I did not care for how they animated the Hulk and made the Hulk look. He just looked way too phony, and of course Abomination just looked kind of ridiculous. Tim Roth, awesome actor, and yeah, he's probably the only thing that is good about that movie. But yeah, that one was, like Eric Bana, the Eric Bana one, I mean, at least it took a chance and tells a visual story. It's kind of hard to get a good Hulk movie, right? It always seems like that's the struggle, is to get a good Hulk movie. I don't know why, but I liked that Hulk. the iteration when he becomes the Hulk. I like that version of the Hulk better. That feels way truer to the Incredible Hulk than that Incredible Hulk movie. You know, so yeah. Anyway, Kim, think there is a post with them on the bases. Is there? I didn't see it. Oh, if I refresh the Instagram. Oh, I'm not refreshing. We're moved on from Instagram. We'll save it for next week. Fire Trick 18. I really like Aquafina. I think her show is great. I don't know what that means. Dark Commission, cool shading. Yeah, cool. Cool story, bro. Yeah, cool story. Oh, update on Coyote and Crow. Coyote. Oh, it's a coyote. Oh, what's Games Work? Oh yeah, because normally we head over to Games Workshop and see what the pre-order is. Looks like it's just the boys. Yeah, there's a bunch of orcs. Okay, and the beast snaggers. that still cracks me up, man. Still cracks me up. Beast snaggers. Yeah, you know, you guys have to be Native American to get that one. I mean, I can explain it all the live long day, but it's funnier just saying it. Yeah. All right. So no other comments at the moment. No. 9. Okay. What time are we at? 22 almost. Yeah. Let's jump over to the email side of things. I think because Instagram, we had quite a few Instagrams to get through, which is good. Which is good. I'm fine with that. Keep using the hashtag #WayTheBrush. I will see it. Let's do an email. Yeah, let's go with the default here. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. Email time. It's email time. Oh, is it done? Shit. This one is from our good buddy Derek. Hello, Kris and monkeys. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday. I finally finished painting the Marvel characters I have so I can move on to the next squad. I thought I might paint Domino's base like a smoke cloud, but then lava surfing is hotter. I said hotter. Lava is hotter. I saved Deadpool for last and think he came out pretty well, even though I need some touch-ups. I wanted to create something for him to jump off as an alternative to the whoosh base. What the fuck is a whoosh base? A whoosh. Always whoosh. He comes with, but ultimately decided he's fine without the special base. As always, thank you for taking the time to look at these projects, and critiques are always welcome. Fire Drake 18, aka Sweet Corn Sally, aka Kareem O'Corn, or Kareem O'Sweet, aka Bouncy Nuggets. Holy shit. Bouncy Nuggets, aka Bouncy Nuggets. Sweet Corn Sally. That sounds like, well, it sounds like something like a Eric Clapton song, but yeah. So, yeah, we've had a look at a few of these. I don't know if we've looked at the Deadpool one. Have we looked at the Deadpool? I know we've looked at the buddy with the bazooka and cable. Iron Fist. Pretty sure we've looked at Cage, but I don't remember looking at Deadpool. Domino. Blasting off some lava. Very, very cool. I think with the lava, you might, because it feels more like an explosion rather, like, because I guess it is kind of an explosion, right? But whereas if you were going to go for more of a lava effect, I think if you started off with a white and then transitioned in some yellows and a little bit of oranges and then just a little bit of reds up at the kind of high points of things, and then very, very lightly took like a black and just did a slight dry brush. Slight. To catch just the high points so that you leave that brighter color in the recesses and the cracks and crevices. That would have gave a very kind of lava-like appearance. It'd give that impression. But yeah, I dig it. I like it. It's an explosion. Nice work on his face. Deadpool. He's like prancing or something. It's like the Sound of Music. Yeah, he's not a serious character, is he? At all, in the slightest. That's a good one. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Very, very cool. All right. Next email. Thank you, Derek, for sending that in. I didn't really have any comments, and, too many critiques or anything like that. It feels very consistent. The lava, I think I just really pretty much said it right there for the lava. Next one is from Scott Radom. Death Corp dudes. I dig the new plastics. This has been my scheme for a long while, and I'll stick with it. Also, the exact same for my Cromlech Orc Boys. So no points for creativity, but I like the griminess and the darkness. With the nature of Kill Team, I can maybe change it up on the helmets and shoulder pads for different types of dudes and stuff. Any ideas or crits? You blast me with them. Have a good one. Just blast them. I like it. I think the color scheme that you have for your Cromlech Orcs, I think it works really well, especially because it has that whole World War One kind of vibe to it, and they're more like World War II, right? They're more like the desert Africa Corp, and so yeah. Whereas Death Corp, have more of a World War One vibe to them. But the color scheme works very well for them. I like the way you did the base. I like that blue-gray with that little bit of bone, yellowy off-white for the highlight. I like that. I like it. Yeah. Solid painting. I mean, great highlights. Anything I would suggest? No, not really. I mean, yeah. Did you try and do the weathering on the decals, on the icons? So I see breaks in the color. But yeah. I think really, like, if you were really going to go for, diving right into the character of these pieces, I like to work on the leather too. That's really good. I think just like, the usual, right? Just a little bit of weathering. I don't think he has to be completely covered in like soot or anything like that, but I think a little bit of dusting at the bottom of his cloak, maybe a little bit of grime in corners of his armor, right? A little dustiness on his legs and his boots. Yeah, I think that's really about it. But I mean, otherwise, like, as is, I mean, it looks great. I like it. I don't see anything that jumps out at me like, well, Scott, you could have went about this, could have went about that, blah 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 blah. Are the eye lenses painted? I can't tell. Are there eye lenses, or is it open to the face? Eye lenses? I mean, if you want to throw in like a light blue or a red, even a green, I don't know. From the photos, it's hard to tell if the eye lenses are painted, though. But yeah, I think that's really about it. I think just the eye lenses, really. Just paint those eye lenses. And maybe some weathering, if you want. But it doesn't need it, honestly. Like, it looks good as is. So, don't. If you don't want to. Yeah, I've seen this. I just got an email from Twitch saying somebody subscribed, yet I have not gotten a notification that this person has subscribed. Oh, hate raid. That's what that is. All right. So the racists apparently are out in force today. The racists are out in force today. Nice. Alrighty. Scott Radum. Thank you, Dark Commission. Yeah, Kris, I did try to break up the shoulder decals a bit so they look less like decals. Not fantastic work on that, though. I will weather a bit more on the next one. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want. I mean, like, with the vibe of the characters, they feel like, you know, like they're supposed to be in the trenches kind of thing, right? And that's our own biases, I suppose. Like, we want to see these Death Corp guys covered in dirt and mud and look like they're in the trenches because that's the imagery, right? And I realize that it's a lack of imagination that we think that anything that's divergent from that is not in character when really, you know, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, if you do it, I mean, like, what was there, I think I would have just probably bring some more light out into those lenses, but that's about it. Everything else looked great. Scott, eye lenses are red. Oh, really? Maybe just fudge that, like, because you're probably interpreting that bright, like the off center lighting, and the lenses, because of how the helmet comes over, that the lenses really wouldn't get a lot of light. I still would pick them out in a brighter red and do like the gem thing in the eyes, or maybe you did and it just doesn't show up on the camera, I guess. Kim, really nice. I can see the red lenses on my little phone screen. Yeah, I'm using a big screen here. I can't see red. I'm not going back. I've already loaded the next email. What time are we at here? Holy crap, we've got 11 minutes left of the show. Let's jump back into one more email. And this one's from our good buddy, Dark Commission. Hi, Mighty One. I don't know about that. Here is my latest. It is Rubina. Rubina? Is it Rubina? Rubina. Queen of Hearts by Chimera. She is one of a set of 4 representing the 4 card suits. Oh, cool. The paint job is adequate. It won't win any prizes, but it looks really good in the cabinet. CNC, welcome as always. Cheers, John, a.k.a. Dark Commission. And let's have a look. This looks interesting. I'm not familiar with these sculpts. At least I don't think I am. Nope, wrong window. There we go. Yeah, love the color. It's nice and clean. Bold. Love the gold. I think the rim of the base is the only thing that's kind of, at least in this picture, is kind of throwing my eye off. I think the base doesn't need to be glossy like that. Although, maybe if it's supposed to look like marble tiling or something, I guess. The flesh looks like it could use a little bit of shading. Just a little bit of deliberate shading. Or maybe a little bit more. Again, it's hard to say by the camera light, but yeah. It's so clean, though. I love the red. Yeah. Really, really good work. Oh, that's her hair in that thing. Oh. Yeah, that's really good, man. How big, what scale are these? 75, 54, 32? If it's 32, it's really, really good. 54, It's still really good. If it's 112, it's still really good. Yeah, I like it. That looks good, man. I think, can you do video? Do you have like a little turntable-y thingy to give us like a kind of like, turn roundabout thingy? I think that'd be cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If we're wishing for stuff, I'm wishing for that. Anyway, alrighty, that's it for emails. If you want me to have a look at your work, send me an email, Kris@wayofthebrush.com. If you're going to send pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Don't send it off as links to other sites, because it won't do it. Of course, you could always use the hashtag #WayofTheBrush and post it on Instagram, and I'll see it. Yeah. Fire Drinking Teen. Wait, you took off last week? You got 2 more hours with no breaks or lunches. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that one. Good luck with enforcing that one. Dark Commission. The photos were rushed, done after the show started, so subtleties not showing too well. Yeah, give us your, because you normally take really good pictures of your work. So yeah, take your time. Take some good pickies. Some picky wickies. Dark Commission 75 mil. 75 mil. Okay, cool. Yeah, those are pretty good size then, right? They're about like yay big. Yeah, about that size. That's cool. Scott Radom, nice one. Kim, nice. I like the color, choice color. Yeah. Dark Commission. Funny enough, it's sat on a turntable. LOL. Oh, like an actual turntable? Yeah, then use that, man. Just give it a little spin. Just give it a little nudge and just film. Just if you have a phone that can record in like in high speed, yeah, you just record at high speed and just try and give it a quick little nudge and just let it turn, and then yeah, it'll give you a nice little turnaround. Heretic Scott, camera has decided to only save pics as CR3. No idea why, as before it would save a copy as CR3 and then one as JPEG. Oh, you might be running out of space. Because yeah, it wants to save it as RAW and then JPEG. And I mean, if you're saving in RAW all the time, like if you're working in RAW, I highly suggest for everybody out there who works with a DSLR and they're still coming to grips with stuff, get used to working with a RAW image. So take your pictures in RAW, and yeah, just because it gives you greater breadth as far as when it comes to editing and cropping, coloring, all that stuff. It gives you far more options. Yes, it's a bigger file size, but again, bigger file size gives you more options. So I would highly recommend. So if your camera was shooting in RAW and giving you a JPEG, just stick with the RAW. Go into your camera settings and just set the file settings to just RAW and start working in just RAW. Because again, like I said, it's going to give you far more options. Like for example, okay, here's the biggest one reason for working within RAW as opposed to working with JPEG, because JPEG compresses the image file, right? Even though it could be a big file size, it still will compress it, but it's still pretty big. But the thing is, with RAW versus JPEG, is that when you have white hotspots, they get blown out. In RAW, you can actually dial that exposure back and reduce that hotspot. Okay? In JPEG, if you have that bright white hotspot on things, it's in the image. No amount of adjustment can reduce that. It still will be this big white block in your image, versus RAW, where you can reduce the exposure, and it will reduce that hotspot. That's really one of the big reasons, and especially with miniature photography, yeah, having a bigger image just means you have more room to play. You can crop, you can recompose, you know what I mean, without any loss of image. because essentially a raw image essentially is just a straight up bit file, right? So it's just a raw data, raw. I don't think that's why it's called raw, but I don't know. Dark Mission, it's battery powered and takes 2 minutes to rotate next time. Yeah. Oh, is it like the Tamiya ones? I had one of those. It takes like a big C battery. Yeah, those are pretty handy. I've got an electric one that plugs in. It's for like, jewelry stores, and it's designed to just run for hours and hours. I don't use it for hours and hours, but yeah. Anyway, Heretic Scott, it's a new card, 32 gig. Don't you need special software to open RAW files though? No. Well, it all depends on what image editor you're using. And also like what software you're on. But I mean, like if you are on Windows and you don't feel like paying for fancy dangled software, GIMP, I'm pretty sure GIMP can process raw files. Trying to think what else. GIMP is the only one, the free image editor that I can think of that's like a decent image editor on Windows. On Mac, I use Pixelmator, just because it's really, really fast. The interface is really intuitive, as most things are on OS X. But yeah, I use Pixelmator for all my image editing, and it sees raw files. But I mean, like, OS X is designed for multimedia work, video, photo editing, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why. Basically though, yeah, it just depends on what software you're using to see the raw files. If you can view the raw file in your regular desktop, like I don't know if you're on Windows or OS X, but or even Linux. Even Linux you can view it too as well, because GIMP is native to Linux. But anyway, yeah, if you can view the preview file, then your computer can process raw files on their own. Again, raw file is just essentially just a big bitmap, right? And yeah, you just got to use that. That's all. It's not really that complicated, at least in my experience. But then again, Fire Dragotine, I'm fast and loose with my photography. I forget to clean my lens more than half the time I shoot from the hip. Like from the hip? I don't, dealing with my camera, I don't know if I've ever done it, like a hip shot. But yeah, I need a new DSLR actually. Anybody who wants to have a good laugh, especially for any of you photography nerds, mine is a Canon Rebel T3i. That's what I still take that's my point and shoot camera. I also have a Canon, what is it? An XC10. It's my camcorder. It's what I record my video with. But it is also a point and shoot camera, and it looks like a DSLR, but it's a fixed lens. And yeah, that's what I use. But that's got a higher megapixel count, whereas my Rebel T3i is only, I think, 12 megapixel. But the human eye doesn't see past 2 megapixels. So really, all those megapixels are for image correcting. And if you want to be able to pull the best image out of your photography, work in RAW. Always work in RAW. For me personally, the two things that my camera I rarely ever change is staying within RAW. A few times I've done just JPEG. Not in recent years though. It's been years since I've shot JPEG. I don't shoot JPEG. Is also staying at ISO 100. My camera's always at ISO 100, and all my other changes are usually within f-stop or shutter. That's it. Dark Commission. Mine's one of the trumpeter ones. Trumpeter? Quite cheap, but runs for months on AA battery. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Heretic Scott. Looks like I need a raw loader extension for GIMP, but looks like it's possible. Windows. Yeah. Yeah, GIMP. I mean, if you're looking for the free option, get used to GIMP. GIMP is really good. It's a good, solid program. It's native to Linux, but it's good on Windows. It also runs on Mac as well, because Mac and Unix and Linux are pretty much the same. This is really just the GUI. That's the difference between OS X and Linux. Anyway, but yeah, I use GIMP, and there's other low-cost options for Windows, I could not tell you. I'm sure many of the Windows photography users out there, I think there's like Aperture, Lightbox, or Lightroom, but I think that's Adobe. Lightroom's Adobe. I don't know. Adobe's gone to this whole subscription thing, so I mean, like, you pay like $20 a month, but you get all of Adobe's products. If you're doing a lot of multimedia work, it's a great deal. But apparently, Adobe has really dropped the ball in the last couple of years. Apparently, I don't know. As people talk in circles, that Adobe is really kind of fallen. Scott Radom, raw dog those slutty pics in GIMP, and don't mess around with the battery-powered gear. Kris needs the power from plug-in stuff. Can use it for hours. Well, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. It's for hours. For hours. I don't bother with rechargeable battery plug-in type of things. It needs to have a cord with an extension, and to go to max RPMs. Max RPMs. I like to refer to it as the tooth chipper. Anyway. Parker J Team, yeah, Scott gets it. Show those photos, who's boss? Raw dog those slutty pics. Yeah, it's raw. I mean, like, shooting raw. Like, for anybody out there who is an aspiring photographer, yeah, that once you start getting used to working within raw images, you'll be like, fuck, I don't know why I was shooting JPEG all the time. But yeah, just stop shooting JPEG. Just for that one simple reason that if highlights are blown out, you can't correct it on a JPEG. But in RAW, there's a little bit of wiggle room there, which can be all the difference of salvaging a good photo, So, yeah. Anyway, what time we at here? Holy cramolis, we're 4 minutes OT. We are all caught up on Instagrams. We're all caught up on emails. Oh, we're all caught up. Yeah, we're all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. We didn't really do any kind of GW talk as far as what was available for the pre-order, although it looks like it's just a bunch of Orky Beast Snaga type stuff, so, yeah. But yeah, no. And again, keep using the hashtag WayOdaBrush. And I'm sure I will see it on the Instagrams. Otherwise, you can submit your questions and comments and whatevers to Kris@wayofthebrush.com. If you're going to send pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Do not send it as links to other sites, because it won't do it. It's in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness has the links to all the social medias, as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It is a lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there 24/7. It's pretty much like this show. It's pretty much all over the place. We'll talk about anything and everything. There's various channels for various topics, although usually those conversations spill into other channels, but that's fine. For the most part, it's fine. I'm fine with that. For the most part. As long as the topic is still being observed as the conversation moves around. But anyway, yeah. So, it's in the description below. I can't remember the rest of the spiel. Oh, t-shirts. Want to look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt. Send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at waythebrush.com, because it's nice to put a name to the face and a face to the name. It's just nice. It's just nice, because this is what this is all about. It's about sharing, community, appreciation, love. Love is the big one. Love is the big one. I know some of you might be going, "Oh, Kris, love." No, screw you. This episode was all about Idris Elba. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, I completely derailed myself. T-shirts. Send pics. Patreon. Huge thank you to all my patrons. Without your support, this channel, these videos would not be able to endure. And so a huge thank you to all my patrons who support at various levels with various perks. Huge thank you to all of you for your continued support, and for everybody else who is brand new. Huge thank you to you as well. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, ringing the bell, all that stuff helps the video as well. It helps the channel, and of course, it helps as well. So please, just mash the keyboard button. Just mash it. Mush it. Just mush your keyboard. When you see the video, you go, "Oh, it's Kris." Mush the keyboard. Well, click the video first, then mush all the likes and follows and comments and subscribes and blah 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 blah. I get kind of tired of that bit of appeasing the algorithm god. It's almost like a prayer. It's like a 21st century. Ooh, jeez. Oh, boop. It's almost like a 21st century mantra, a prayer mantra for the algorithm gods. Comment, like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, blah 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 blah. All that crap. Boop. What? God damn it. Boop sending me messages. Boop, stop it. I'm trying to do my shit. Anyway. Yeah. That's what it feels like anyway. Patron, huge thank you. Yeah, said that. Oh. Thank you. Carl. Guy me your offer. Beer and Blood Bowl. If you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl, Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingles that play before the email segment of the show. And so always, much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan, who's like this muscle-jacked monstrosity. He's not a monstrosity. Much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro, outro music that plays at the begin and end of the show. And so always, much love to my baby bro Evan. In fact, here, you know what? Just to show you guys. Let me see here. Can I pull him up on the Instagram? Can I pull him up on the Instagram? Where's this fucking ass? I like that. I don't know if any of you guys follow here. We're jumping back over to Instagram for a second. If you guys follow George, his last name's it's Greek. I don't try and say that, but yeah, this almost looks like a Slayer album cover. I love his sculpts. I follow his work all the time. But anyway, let's see here. Oh, who's this? Oily dog painting. That's nice. I like that. Oh, it's Kim. We'll save that one for next week. Fucking hell. Usually my oh, here's those fucking dick waffles. Dick waffles. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to find his pic here. Dickhead posts pictures of himself on Instagram all the time, working out. After his workouts, he always posts a pic. And of course, the time I want to show everybody like how jacked this fucking guy is, I can't find his fucking Instagram. This is pissing me off. I'm mad now. I'm gonna send him a message. Why is your fucking Instagram so hard to find, you fucking dick? I guess I could just search his name, right? Fucking hell. Jesus. Oh, no, not even. There he is. Evan. There we go. Yeah. Here's this fucking guy. Look at this guy. Can you imagine this guy's a musical genius? He's a musical genius, for God's sakes. His arms are bigger than my head, I think. Because he's a lot bigger than me. Yeah. Although he got a haircut because I told him to keep a mullet, and so he got a fucking haircut. Fucking nerd, see? He had that big hairdo. Fucking guy. I was disappointed, man. I wanted him to grow a mullet. I wanted him to do a mullet. I told him, do a mullet. Mullet. Does he do it? No. Gets a fucking bloody haircut. Fucking nerd. Disappointed. He lost a whole bunch of cool points with me on that one. Shit. Russ Sandbags. Will they ever redo GW Elder range of modes? Of modes? Of modes? I don't know. Of models? I fucking hope so. I hope so. Soon. I hope so. You know? Like, man. I don't know. It's like, it's kind of like this is going to be a terrible analogy, but waiting on the Elder line is like your father going, I'm going out to get cigarettes or milk, gets in the car and drives away, and you're sitting in the window watching that car drive away. Yeah. That's what it's like to wait for the Elder range. You know, is it coming back? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. You know, at this point, yeah, I think so. He sent a check a few weeks back, but is he coming back? I don't know. Some of you out there like, fuck you, my dad went for smokes and never came back. Fire Drink 18, your offering is acceptable. The algorithms are pleased. Yeah, exactly. You gotta burn some incense or something. Pray to the algorithm gods. Old man Logan, you need to bring him with you to Adepticon as your bodyguard. Muscle. Yeah, I should. I got another brother too who's gigantic as well. Although I don't know if he works out. He could have been. I know for a while, I know Evan was bringing him to the gym. But I don't know if he still does. I don't see him in any pictures, but he is kind of camera shy, so yeah, I don't know if he is. But if I had both those bros with me, I'd look like a little twerp standing next to them. I mean, I kind of am a twerp, but what exactly is a twerp? Is it like a twat? But a twerp? I don't know. Where does that word come from, twerp? I don't even know. It's a lot I don't know. As you get older and you learn more things, you learn that there are a lot of things you don't know. Fire Drake, I think he's coming for you, Kris. He's going to take your number one spot. My number one spot? Where I go pee? The number one spot. Because number two is dropping a deuce. Number two is where you go pee. Right? He's going to take the number one spot? He's going to take where I pee? He can have it. I'll find a new place to pee. No. Like I've never peed in the woods. Heretic Scott. Alright, I got it working. Oh, you got it working? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, so, like, if you're on Windows, yeah. I mean, the GIMP, I mean, you can probably do a quick search, and I'm there's many a site that will point you to various free, low-cost options for editing photos on Windows. I'm sure if you just Google search that, you'll get a top 10 page or something, right? GIMP is probably like top 3, top 2, might even be the top 1. But yeah, GIMP's pretty good. I used GIMP a lot when I was on Windows, and yeah, it did the job very well. It is a little bit clunky at times. It feels clunky. It's just because it doesn't have a very intuitive interface. At least the last time I was using it. It could have gotten a lot better since the last time I used it, but yeah. GIMP is good. GIMP is good. I've used GIMP. Yeah. Heretic. I just downloaded Digital Photo Professional and gave Canon my serial number. Not sure how good the software is, but I can at least export stuff now. Right. But I'd still work within the raw image file. Dark Emission, if someone comes between me and my number one spot, he's going to get awful wet and sticky. Ugh, sticky? Ew. You might want to go see a doc. Because if it's coming out, I mean, wet, yeah, sure, wet. Have very strong aroma, sure, yeah. But sticky, I don't know. You might want to go see a doc, bud. I'm no doctor, but I'm just saying, if your pee is sticky, unless of course it's not pee, I don't know. I can't say. Again, I'm no doctor, so. Heretic Scott, GIMP won't support recognized CR3. You might have to install the drivers for Canon, because it's Canon, right? CR3 is the Canon RAW file, because RAW is just the broad term that Canon, Nikon, Olympia, Pentax, everybody uses to designate, but CR3, I'm pretty sure CR3 is Canon's designation, is it not? CR3, right? CR3 is, yeah, it's Canon's RAW file protocol. That's all it is. Yeah, because there's various ways, but it's the raw image, and in my experience, it was usually just downloading a driver on Windows, and it could see the raw image. But editing it, you needed a program that sees that file and can edit it, right? God damn it, I'm getting hiccups now. I'm talking too much and trying to drink my coffee. Russ Sandbags, how big would a Craftworld model be if it was true scale to 40K? Example, 28 to 32 mil. And would you paint it? Oh, good God, man. Are you serious? A Craftworld, how big would a Craftworld be to 40K in 32 mil? Man, I mean, like, if we were talking an actual Craftworld, now, how do you describe a Craftworld? I mean, it varies. They're as big as, really in the lore, Craftworlds are as big as plot describes. So, they service plot. Oftentimes in the lore, they're described as being the size of a moon. But a moon's size can vary quite a bit. So, in 32 mil, how big, like, a scale of a moon to 32 mil. That's how big a Craftworld would be. If you took our moon, scaled it to 32 mil, that's how big that Craftworld should be, approximately, right around that. So huge. We're talking huge, because it's moon-sized, right? So yeah. And would I paint it? Fuck no. No, shit, no. Wouldn't paint it. Good God, man. I don't even know what you do with a model that size. It's just, man. You might as well put an actual motor in it and just sail the 7 seas or something. That's just too goddamn big. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, exactly. Bigger than a football stadium. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's way bigger. Yeah, it's huge. Like even the moon. Like the Earth is huge. The moon is pretty goddamn big. A moon is pretty damn big. Dark Commission. Mine's a Panasonic Lumix. It's a bridge camera rather than full DSLR. It's a bridge camera. I don't know what that term means. It's a bridge camera. Well, is it mirrorless? Is that what you mean? Because mirrorless is the thing now. Everybody's going mirrorless with their cameras. So, yeah. Because DSLR, it's, right? It's, what is it? Digital single light reflex? Lens reflex? Something like that. It's just the way the shutter and the light and the actual mirror, right? Whereas they realize that once you drop out the mirror and just have the raw sensor, you have so much more room for activities in the camera. You don't have to have these big camera bodies. You can have smaller camera bodies as soon as they drop the mirror. That's why they say it's mirrorless, right? Because it doesn't have that mirror, whereas DSLRs have the mirror. Anyway, Dark Commission, can't swap out lenses. Okay. Oh, that's fine. You know, you work with what you got, right? In photography, right? What's the best camera? The one you have with you. So, yeah. If that's the camera you got, it's the camera you got. Enjoy. Master it. Really, the biggest thing is with any digital camera, be it DSLR, mirrorless, you know, point and shoot kind of thing, or bridge. The biggest thing, especially for our concerns as hobbyists and miniature painters, is if you can get into the manual settings. If you can manually control ISO, f-stop, and shutter speed, if you can manually control those, then you can take some good photos. You can take some really good photos if you can manually control those things. Fire Drake, I'm just curious if you're getting into 3D printing. Just curious if you're getting into 3D printing. If I'm getting into it, I'd love to. I honestly, though, like, I was even actually talking with my wife the other day about this. I don't even know where the fuck I'd put it. I honestly do not know. I mean, I have my other studio space that I could have it, but then it would just become this permanent fixture in that space. But then I'd want to be able to talk to the computer, right? And so the 3D printing thing is just, you know, and then of course I'd also have to dedicate time to learning it, mastering it, and, you know, working with the files, and then of course having all these 3D files, and, you know what I mean? Like, it's 3D printing is a hobby in itself, right? And I don't really need another hobby. Honestly, I don't need another hobby. Miniature painting is not a hobby for me. You know, really, like photography and stuff like that have become more hobby for me. So, yeah. But I'd like to, but I mean, honestly, I don't like, I've gone back and forth whether or not I'd rather prefer resin to PLA. And I think for a lot of the things that I want to achieve through 3D printing, I'd rather PLA. Because I'd like to do more of the larger scale type stuff. And I'd also like to do more, you know, prop and cosplay type stuff. So that's really where that's my mindset as far as 3D printing is concerned. Resin printing for like miniatures and stuff like that, no. I'm not out there going, yeah, I've got to get it because I want more Stormcast, I want more Space Marines. No, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Heretic Scott, so what would I export it as once I'm finished with any post-processing? You can export, like, once you're done processing the image, then you can convert it into a JPEG so that you can share it on the multimedias and stuff. Sure. Or social medias. Yeah, export it as a JPEG. But work with the raw file. Like, from camera, raw. Then import into your editor, raw. Edit the image, and then export from your raw, from that image. You could export it, well, most likely you could export it as a PNG or a JPEG. I usually work within PNGs or JPEGs. If I'm doing thumbnails for videos or you know, stuff like that, I mean, if you want a higher res from that raw that you are going to use for other stuff where you need a high res image, then I would save it as a PNG with the alphas turned on, alpha channels, just so you can have all your transparencies and shit, or a JPEG. If you're just going to share it to like Facebook, Instagram, shit like that, I'd export it as JPEG, just because Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that bullshit, it compresses the file further, right? So, you know. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. Dark Mission, my big want right now is a laser cutter. Yeah, laser cutter's another one. Oh, a CNC milling machine. I would fucking love one of those too, man. Yeah, I've talked about it in the past too. I would love if I had a nice big workshop. I could have a lathe. Oh yeah, I'd be a happy guy. I miss working with metals on a lathe. Anyway, Kim, I got in this hobby, and coffee is my other hobby. It's a lot of stuff to learn about making espresso and coffee in itself. Oh, I'd imagine, yeah. Becoming like a real coffee connoisseur. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not, like, I like coffee. I like different brands of coffees, but I wouldn't consider myself a connoisseur of coffee. I wouldn't, oh, this is, dark roast, light roast, and this is, coming from Colombia, and this is, Brazil, and blah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, right? I'm not that into coffee. I'm just drink the son bitch that keeps me alive. Heretic Scott. I will say that raw preview is impressive quality. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because raw essentially is just just a big bit file. It's like the raw data. It's like every point on the sensor. So if you have, say, a 24 megapixel camera or whatever, right? 24 megapixels. That's a huge sensor size, and each dot of the sensor is a 1-to-1 translation on a raw file. That's I'm sure there's a lot of discrepancies in that description, but roughly that's what it's like. It's a 1-to-1 sensor to image, whereas a JPEG takes that entire thing but then compresses that down and makes a smaller file size. It's still really accurate and it's still a pretty big file, but there's compression going on there, and so some of the data is lost. So like I said, if you blow out some highlights on stuff, right, if you're working in RAW, you can actually adjust that exposure in post and reduce that blown out exposure, and you'll see some of that detail come back. But if on JPEG it's blown out, and there's no adjusting it. So yeah, work within RAW. You'll find, like, there is a learning curve to it, but that's okay, because once you start to really kind of get the grasps of it, and you'll see all these big advantages and why you should work in RAW as a photographer, if you want to get kind of serious about photography and take good images. Yeah, start working in RAW. Kim. And I'm done minis for about 4 years and coffee for, 20 years. Wow. Yeah, you've been into coffee that long. Wow. Jeez. Fire Jerky Teen. Been wanting to for years. I saw the Elgato Saturn and now the Elegoo. I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's doing Kickstarter for Jupiter. It's large. I think you win to pay 500. I think you win to pay. I think you win to pay 500 or first 50 due, but the retail price is 1,300. Interesting. Yeah. So I don't know if you're in a Discord, Fire Drake, but post a link or send me an email. One of the two. Dark Mission. My other life is music. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, music. I have a Roland MC 707 and TB303 clone for techno, acid, trance, etc. Ableton Live 2 for computer-based music. Cool. Fire Drake 18. Don't know your yard situation, but those European sheds make great offices. We have a tough shed in the States, which are pretty good quality and cheap. Yeah, I've seen the tough sheds. I don't have room for that. Yeah. Anyway, what time we at here? Holy cremolies, it's 2:30. Jeez Louise. Oh yeah, I've already done my closing spiel, right? So I'm good to just hang up on you guys. I could just close out and I'm done talking to you guys. Just end the show. All right. Heretic Scott 2:30. 2:30. Oh, 2:30. He's making fun of my accent, even though he's Scottish. Making fun of my accent, but he's making fun of me, the way I talk. Okay, well, can you spell it out phonetically? How you say 2:30 in Scotland? Me, never. Yeah. Okay. How can you spell it out? How you would say it? Because I'm sure it's pretty different from 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. I'm waiting. 12:30. Yeah, 12:30. Yeah, 12:30. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty, you guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm going to. I got company from out of town in, so I've got to entertain guests and stuff, and kind of, sort of, not really, but yeah. And I also have other crap to do. But anyway, how do we usually end the show? Oh, I could feel a sneeze coming. Oh no! Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. I will see you guys at some point or other. No, yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch more, so getting projects done. Working on McFarlane Marine. We've gotten through some of the shading, so we're building layers. We're building layers, and we're having fun. If you've been watching on Twitch, we've been having a lot of fun. Otherwise, on YouTube, it gets posted like a week later or so. So, if you want to stay up to date, follow me on Twitch. All right, enough commercials and plugs and appeasing the algorithm god. I was about to do kind of a, like the Our Father and stuff like that. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, ring the bell. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna see you guys later. Of course, that just shit the bed.